Akatsuki Bakugou is beginning to feel like an underdog to his peers because he only has one quirk. And yes, that's crazy to think because Bakugou, he was shown at the beginning of the series to be this overpowered prodigy. But now that we know that all of his rivals are starting to get more than one quirk, what if Bakugou got a new quirk just so that he could keep up with everybody else as well? Now, like I said, we know that everybody else who he considers a rival has multiple quirks at this point. Obviously, Todoroki, he's always had the two quirks, so iconically Bakugou called them Icy Hot. So yeah, now that Todoroki is mastering use of both of his quirks, yeah, Bakugou, he is definitely going to need some more manpower to fight his Icy Hotness. And we now know that Deku, the main character, is going to have more than 5 quirks. Yes, he's going to have more than 5 quirks. And once Bakugou sees him with another quirk, you already know that's going to tick him off. And I believe that once he does actually figure out the truth about All for One and all the rest of the quirks that Deku's going to get, it will motivate Bakugou to go out and search for a second quirk. And we know that the one way how you can get a new quirk is through the villains, and mainly it is through All for One. Yes, it is through All for One because he knows how to basically transplant quirks. But we do know that the doctor of Deku, he knows how to transplant quirks too. And we know that Bakugou, he has a good understanding on the League of Villains. He knew once he got captured how much of a playing card he was. And he was actually attempting to finesse the League of Villains. Yeah, so I do believe that Bakugou, he will use his leverage and he'll use his power that he has with the League of Villains. He'll actually use that to become somebody to gain a new quirk. And we've already seen how the whole double agent process works in My Hero Academia. I'm not going to spoil which character does it, but let's just say that there are already characters who do pull the double agent role. Hell, we know that the whole UA trader, that was one of the biggest highlighted things from the very beginning, but there are also heroes who do go undercover and go into the League of Villains to try to infiltrate, and I believe that that could be one of Bakugou's major roles once he does become a future hero, since he obviously is attracted, or the villains are attracted to Bakugou because of his character and all that stuff. And I believe that this could lead into Bakugou actually getting his second quirk while he's being a double agent. Yes, and as far as abilities go for his new quirk, here are a couple new abilities I think that would make Bakugou as overpowered as his peers. Now, number one, a sweating quirk, a sweat gland quirk will definitely be something that will make Bakugou just super overpowered. If he was able to harness his sweat, because obviously it goes hand in hand with his whole explosion quirk, so if he was able to utilize that and his explosion quirk, that would be a match made in heaven for Bakugou and his quirks, just because he would be able to use his explosion quirk on a whole nother level. Or possibly the best one that I've thought of is Best Genius's old quirk. Now, we've already seen the whole concept of quirks getting passed out from one user to another user, and let's just say that Best Genius, I'm not going to spoil it, but he's not in the best of situations. So what if Bakugou did end up getting Best Genius's quirk, being able to thread everybody's genes and stuff and the materials? Now, we know that that is a quirk that you have to train to get stronger. All for One said that, but with Bakugou training directly underneath him, I'm pretty sure he would know how to use the quirk. And if there's anybody who would know how to use it besides Best Genius, it will most likely be Bakugou. Or last but not least, I think that he could get a magma quirk. Yes, something to add to the heat aspect that Bakugou does have, and it will also be something that will be able to burn through Todoroki's fire and his ice, because we know magma, it is way stronger than fire and ice too. And I think that would be the perfect thing to be able to counter somebody like Todoroki, and it will also fit alongside the whole theme of Bakugou having the whole explosion quirk. But overall, do you guys want Bakugou to get his second quirk, or are you one of the people who want Bakugou to just have one quirk? Because just because the world is moving into a place where multiple people are having quirks, that doesn't mean that you still can't have one quirk and be dominant. But I think that for the sake of the story and for Bakugou's character's sake, he will end up unlocking a new quirk, and it will be through the League of Villains. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.